check.
Welcome to episode 244 of the Ross Bolen Podcast, otherwise known as RBP 244, presented by Bolen Media. I am your host, Ross Bolen, here today with co-host Jared Borislow and Anthony Johnson. AJ, you first. Say hi to the people at home, at work, and on the road.
So today, are we allowed to say what day it is that we're recording right now?
Sunday.
Yeah, so Sunday. I think it's our first ever Sunday episode, right? Well, we're recording on a Sunday.
Probably not, but maybe.
Hey,
it's possible.
What I'm just curious. Well, I know you haven't introed Jared yet, but I'm interested to know like what your Sunday routine is, both of you.
Jared, what's your Sunday routine? What's a normal Sunday look like for you?
On a normal Sunday, I like to go to Monster Jam to
Monster
see Dennis
Jam.
Sanderson and Gravedigger.
Sunday.
Yeah, I'm a big Monster Jam guy.
Have you ever been to one of those?
No, but
I have.
My
dude,
dad
it's
took me
tight.
to one. It's
It's
some gnarly
tight.
shit, bro. You need headphones, though.
I will
Yeah.
never go.
Earplugs.
So I've been to very loud car things. I've been in the pits of Daytona 500, and
That's a category. Very loud car things.
yeah, I've been to a lot of very loud car things. That was the loudest. It's insane. Like, unless you go to a NASCAR thing, you can't be in the entire arena without earplugs. It is
Monster Jam.
Monster Jam.
Yours is a little more like, do it again?
Well, it depends.
It's too much like,
That was
Monster
really
Jam.
gritty. That was gruff.
it's almost like horror movie.
Sunday.
But you know what? Those commercials, the Monster Jam commercials, that's the same dude from the Haunted House commercials that comes out every month before October to start telling you, like,
Come out to the House of Death.
if you dare.
Highway 9 behind the barn. And you're like, who the fuck would go to this? And it turns out, like, all the sad and lonely people in the city. That's it.
I don't think I could go to a Monster Jam because somebody died at one, and it's the craziest story ever that I can tell very quickly.
Well, let me guess. Did one of the several ton trucks land on them?
No.
Okay.
AJ, guess?
I don't even know if I want to hear about it. I want them to be crushed by a truck.
Nobody was crushed by a truck. Here's what happened. The monster truck was driving through the dirt,
Monster Jam.
and there was, I want to say it was like a metal plate, just like a metal, like,
A metal
square. Somebody's about to die. You should not be.
Death.
Yeah, go.
Okay. So I think the monster truck was driving over the mud, and it got on top of the metal plate, and it fucking shot the metal plate into the audience, and it killed a guy.
Did that happen?
Decapitated?
I don't know if it decapitated. It like hit them.
That was the sound of a decapitation with
But
a metal
you know what I'm
plate.
saying? It is like the lawnmower in the rock situation. Like it hit it and it flung it backwards, and I think it was a kid too.
The lawnmower in the rock situation is the worst.
Yeah, I think it was a kid. It was
Dude, that
super
happened in
sad.
Final Destination.
Well,
Do you
look.
remember that?
Did it happen?
When the guy was near the railroad tracks and the train ran over the piece of metal and it severed his head? I don't know if you guys
I
ever watched
can't-
those movies.
The
I've
one I
never
remember,
watched them.
the one I remember the best is on the high, and this always bugs me. This always bugs me. There's so many ties to the things we're about to discuss that are happening right now that are just like firing off in my brain. It's fucking beautiful. I'm always behind a car on the highway, and there will be somebody towing a couch or a fucking thing of lumber or like.
Yeah. Does that freak you out?
Yes, dude, because there's that scene where the dude's driving behind. I think it's lumber.
Yeah,
and one of the
yeah.
pieces, one of the big ass logs come off and just straight through they're dead.
Yeah.
Boom, you're gone. And that shit occurs to
Which
me
can
on
actually
occasion.
happen.
Yeah. You also spoke to the lawnmower in the rock situation. Well, we saw a very sad rock throwing situation unfold yesterday or the day before on the internet at the new Tesla demonstration for their
Yes.
Yes.
their geometrically challenged truck. What is that design? What were we going for?
I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like somebody was making a soapbox derby car, and it was the worst one.
I thought it was influenced by Halo.
Jared, that was a very poignant description. There was always the one kid at Soapbox Derby where it was like, what, you didn't feel like rounding this bitch out? It's all got all these hard edges, bro. You're going for speed here, Chief.
Yeah.
Aerodynamic, not corners.
You guys were in soapbox derbies?
Yeah, we were both Boy Scouts
Dude, that's from I always think of the 50s whenever I think of that.
and Boy Scouts. That was basically, the 50s were captured into a club called Boy Scouts where everybody was getting real gay together. And then that was the whole thing. That was
I
it.
thought Boy Scouts got canceled.
No,
Boy
we
Scouts
just
is still
And,
now
and,
it's-
and Girl Scouts. I thought they both got
No.
canceled.
Here's
Girl
the thing.
Scouts make more money, I think, than Dell.
How come the Boy Scouts don't sell cookies? Do they have a thing that they sell?
I can't even say the joke I was going to make. It's just so inappropriate.
Yeah.
But the thing is that girls are allowed in Boy Scouts now.
Really?
Really? Yeah, I'm serious.
I believe it.
They had to open it up. They were like, well, all the counselors are gay and all the kids are gay, and we might as well let chicks in now because people are upset.
Well, I would say the boys would be excited about that. But
Allegedly.
I guess not.
Hashtag allegedly. Hashtag. What are all the other things that I have to say to be legally protected under these circumstances? We're joking. This is satire.
Squatter law.
Squatter laws.
Talk to my lawyer.
Common denominator.
Bird law.
So, Elon's up there on stage, and he's got his rock-throwing homie up there with him, and he's like, all right, we gotta crush this. It's gonna be sick. And they're like, here's the truck. Armored windows. Protect you from a terrorist attack. And then this dude goes for the wind-up and chunks like a pebble that he picked out of a river on his walk up Silicon Valley Lane to this building they're in. I don't even know where the fuck the thing was. He throws it like
Silicon Valley Lane.
He throws it like Tom Cruise in War of the Worlds. He goes, eh. Like a pebble, bro.
Yeah, it's like clearly a
it would have
layup.
made me go, ow, dude. And the fucking car window is just like, it looks like somebody shot it with a fucking hand cannon,
Yeah.
point blank range. And what does Elon say,
So
Jared?
he throws it, and then Elon goes, "Oh my fucking god!" And he's like laughing about it, and he's like, "Maybe that was too hard." And he
Try
talks
this.
like, and he- yeah.
Try this back window. And the guy's like, I don't think we should try. And Elon's like, try the back. Picks up another pebble, goes over to the back, tries to throw it even softer. He's like, eh. And like the whole thing, the
Spider
car
webs.
might as well have exploded.
The car was totaled.
It was destroyed. I don't know how you roll out. That was the worst demonstration I've ever seen on stage, ever. Remember back in the day when Apple would be like, they'd try to launch like one of the 40 new things on their launch day, and like one thing would go partially wrong for 2 seconds, and people would lose their minds. Elon's up there telling us he's going to sell us a truck with bulletproof or armored windows that can't withstand a pebble blast.
It's the whole selling point. That's the, it's the whole reason, like...
You know how many things had to go wrong along the way for you to end up on stage with the prototype and a pebble?
And it was Elon Musk on stage too. We're not talking like the head of product development. You have the head honcho.
The guy, it's you and him, and you're the pebble thrower. And you know, at that point, if you're the pebble thrower, you fucking know that window's not going to hold. Because that's why he's throwing it. I mean, he literally was like, he might as well have thrown it up in the air and gone, and then run. Like, he knew it wasn't going to last. Why put yourself in that position? The second he's like, all right, Tom, give that first pebble a throw. I'm throwing it straight at him and running. I'm not being pebble guy on stage to be made fun of. For this video, Jared, will circulate for the next 500 years. Aliens are laughing at this.
The worst part is, or best part, depending on your thoughts on Tommy Wiseau's seminal masterpiece, The Room, is that the pebble thrower looks a lot like Greg Sestero. I need to point that out.
How does that change this? How does that make you feel?
As somebody
Better
who
or
likes,
worse?
I like The Room, so it brought me back good memories.
I never watched it.
You should watch it. Everybody knows I'm not a big movie guy. I prefer a nice documentary, but The Room is a great movie. So is
I didn't even know that.
How is The Disaster Artist?
How would everybody know that?
Everybody knows that about me.
You prefer a documentary to a movie?
I prefer a nice documentary
To a good movie?
to any movie.
That's a hard take.
I'd rather watch a PBS documentary about like Lexington, Kentucky than like Joker.
Racist.
No, I'll pass.
Racist. I had a weird morning. Can
Yeah.
I tell y'all
well,
about
yeah.
the circumstances that led to us being here this morning?
Kept teasing it, yeah.
You've
Very,
been
very
teasing
late.
it for a while now.
Well, I came in. Look, I'm just going to tell what happened. All right, I left my house. I went to my favorite coffee shop. I go inside. I order my favorite coffee and so a couple breakfast tacos. And while I'm waiting, I think it's going to be maybe 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I need to be at the studio in 20. Well, it takes like a full 20 for them to even get my food out.
Oh no.
Forever. It took forever. So 15 minutes in or so, I'm like, fuck it. Well, I'll go back out to the car and get my laptop, get some work done real quick on the coffee shop Wi-Fi until my food comes out, and then I'll head to the studio. So I get the laptop out, and right about the time I get the laptop out, the food shows up, and I'm like, fuck me. Didn't get anything done. Rush out to the car. I'm already running a few minutes late. Ready to get headed up here, right? Get all my shit in, hit the road. I'm on the fucking feeder, about to get up on a 71, like, you know, the feeder, the side thing for the highway, and I hear on the top of my car, boom! I mean, the loudest. It sounded like, I thought somebody threw something off of 71, like a motorcycle helmet maybe, and it hit the top of my car. It scared the piss out of me, right? I mean, it's very loud, like car wreck loud, in my ear.
I will say this: I have friends who sometimes will be driving in the car and they'll like hit the roof of my car out the window along with the music. And when they do that, it's really, really loud. I think the roof
First
of
of all,
cars.
total psycho move.
I know.
Who's doing
I
that?
don't know.
Yeah,
They
why
don't-
would someone do
It's
that?
like along with the bass, you know, but whatever.
What are you guys like smoking meth? Like, yeah, let's fucking go.
Just
I
bang it
just
on the
do
roof.
it. Going to a high school football
They
game.
do it sometimes, and all I'm saying is I can confirm that hitting the roof of a car, even just lightly, along with the music, which is a normal thing normal humans do, is really, really loud. It
Yo,
like magnifies it.
Now I'm just imagining your girlfriend hanging out the window, like ripping a Marlboro Red, just like fucking beating on the roof, like faster, Jared, faster,
Slam screen door.
faster, Jared. That's our pink slip. You're winning like Fast and the Furious races. Anyway, I'm on the feeder. I hear the noise. I look in the rearview mirror, and I see it. It's my laptop, and it's floating through the air in very slow motion. It has. So I set it down on top of the car. For those of you who are watching on Twitch, you can see.
Oh, man.
I set it down on top of the car flat. Don't touch it, Jared. I'm scared it'll stop working. I set it on the top of the car flat, and when I look in my rear view, it is opening like a butterfly. And it is flying through the air. Like, the wind is, like, picking it up and shit. It's like that plastic bag in that movie, like the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in the world. And I see it hit in the median. Like, not in the middle of the road, not up on the highway. Like, it lands, like, safely on its fucking... I can see the Apple logo. And I'm like, I'm driving, and I'm just like, you've got to be... You've got to be shitting me. It's Sunday. We don't normally record on Sunday.
No.
I don't know if it's in my brain is a little bit off, not knowing that we're like it's not in its zone. So I turn around, obviously, Jared. This is my computer, bro. I've had this thing since 2013. I'm ride or die with this Mac. I don't even know how it still works.
I mean, you're die now. I can.
Yes. So I go back. I like throw on my warning flashers. I pull over to the side. I'm like running down. Like no,
you got out of your car.
The other people around are homeless people like scavenging for like cans and like crack pipes and shit. And then there's me and Yeezy's like running down the median like like in my big ass skinny legs.
He's wearing the like purpley lilac Yeezys.
Yeah, I look fucking ridiculous, and I'm like, "Where's my laptop?" And then
can I point out
Yes.
you're wearing a shirt.
You just say it, Jared.
You're wearing a shirt in huge block letters. That's
You have to read it, Jared.
You have to say it.
They can't see
Get it out.
Jared.
They can't see it.
It says "Life Champion."
Yeah. So I get out of the car. I'm running down the median, man, and I see it. The Apple logo's facing up, and it's like, you know, it's fucked up. But it's like I'm like, oh my god, it might still be usable. Like it might be okay. So I grab it and I'm like running back to my car. I get in the car and I sit down in the car and I put it in my lap and I'm looking at it and I'm like, the part that's the most fucked is the charging port part. Like, it's done. This is it. We're at about 26% right now recording this episode. First of all, we are recording this episode. I'm using that laptop right now. So shouts to Steve Jobs. They don't make them like they used to. This is, like I said, a 2013. This baby's sturdy. Was built for both comfort and speed and survival. And I thought about leaving it. I won't lie to you. I thought about leaving it. I was like, fuck it. One of the homeless guys can have it. They'll crack the password in about 20 minutes. No big deal. Like, and then I was like, shit, I got like 7 years worth of files on that computer. And then I started thinking about all the files on that computer. I need those files. Those are my files. Fuck that. Can't let a homeless guy have this computer. This thing needs to go to Apple and be like, you know what they do with old laptops when you turn them in, right? They take them to the fires of Mordor and they drop that bitch in there, never to be seen again. I need that for this computer. This computer cannot be diagnosticked at any point. The things that will show up.
Oh, you got all those nudes on there
It's not nudes
that you've taken throughout the years.
of myself.
Yeah, no, yeah, of yourself.
The tasteful
Not
nudes
of
I
other
take
people.
of myself.
You take them yourself.
Those were supposed to be. I send them to AJ.
I know it actually.
I don't know why he's telling everybody.
The
about
files Ross is talking about are his. He wrote a globalist manifesto a few years back.
That's true. I was gonna pivot towards globalism and manifesto
as a brand.
As my job.
Yeah.
As a career. And then I was like, nah.
Yeah. And if Alex Jones gets a hold of those, you are going to be like in a world of hurt.
Yeah. So I grabbed the laptop. I'm in the car. I'm obviously disgruntled at this point. Things aren't going well. You're coming up here to perform and laugh with your boys. You don't want to be in a bad mood. So it took me about 45 minutes before I could cool down. But on my way to cooling down, I get here. I turn into the parking spot. I'm like, okay, you dumbass. You made it. You made it. Now turn on your fucking positive brain. Get in there and have fun with Jared and AJ. And as I go to step out of the car, I pick up my bag from the taco shop with the tacos in it. 2 tacos. 1 bacon, egg, and cheese. 1 potato, egg, and cheese, both on flour. There's a thing of salsa on the side. I pick it up, and the motherfucking bottom falls out, and the salsa hits me in the lap. Top of the salsa pops off, sprays all over my goddamn lap, and then the tacos are out in the road.
Hey, but I saw you eating tacos before we got in here, though.
I wrapped in foil. I'm unfazed.
Here's the first time I knew something was wrong was this. Ross gets in, he immediately goes out to the kind of vestibule area outside the studio.
Vestibule.
He walks back in, and in his left hand, he's holding 2 tacos, and I think I said, "Ooh, tacos." I think it's actually a direct quote. And then after I said that, I looked at the tacos, and they were completely coated in, the tinfoil was coated in salsa. And I was like, that's weird. I've never seen a smothered taco.
Interesting strategy.
Smothered still in the foil. Is this some sort of new marinating technique? I'm not familiar.
You were also like, top of the morning to you, Ross. And I was like, suck my dick, Jared.
Yeah, I was way too positive
Yeah, bad
for the
timing.
situation.
Look, I needed, I won't lie to you. It you know how that is, man, in the morning when you just get, double pimp slapped? It's like, it takes a little bit to recover from that. And I was just like, all you can do with mornings like that, or it always happens in the morning or at the end of the day, where it's life being like, if you don't like it, check this out. And you just have to be able to laugh at that shit, man.
Life champion.
It makes you not take yourself so serious when you're wearing a Life Champion shirt and you leave your laptop on the top of your 2006 Lexus that then goes flying through the sky like some type of fucking trapeze artist. And then you dump salsa all over your dick and balls. And then you have to come in here and do a show talking about Elon Musk throwing rocks at windows.
Let me ask you this, though.
It's a weird life.
I guess more of a serious question.
Yeah.
The old you, would he have reacted a lot differently to this situation?
Man, I think the new me,
say
new me is
5 years ago.
The new me is probably more prone to getting frustrated because I'm just a little more high strung, I think, than I used to be. I've got more shit going on, more stress in my life now than I did for a few years ago or whatever. I'm happier. I was more miserable then, but I think
You're more easily ticked off.
I mean, my fuse is a little bit shorter because I don't really have time to be fucking dumping taco sauce all over myself, and I'm running around on the freeway trying to find your laptop and shit. That's not the move for startup entrepreneur guys. So I would like to think I'm in a better place to handle frustrating situations like that, but I'm not sure. Jared, you said you had a couple of customer service experiences this morning.
What's that about?
I did. Okay, so here's how the morning started. We had my mom stayed with my girlfriend and I for a week or a week or so. And as a thank you, she got us a couples massage.
This was when she was here. She came into the show and such.
Oh, and she came in and did a Patreon episode
in October.
Yes.
Right?
If you want to see my mother,
you can watch the whole episode.
Watch the whole episode on Patreon, RBP Patreon. Great interview with me, my mom, and Ross.
If you want to see my mother, he says. And then he stopped and was like, great interview. Yeah.
Thanks.
No, but for sure.
Yeah, so she got us a couples massage.
Phenomenal lady. Great cookie maker.
Great cookie maker. So we go. I'm not going to say the name of the company to protect.
Sure.
I don't have.
Protect.
I had 2 customer service interactions. This was the bad one. Okay.
Okay.
So we get there.
If I guess the company during the story, can you say yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, no, I can't because I haven't gotten the massage yet. I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm following you now. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So we get there. It's a 10 o'clock massage. We get there at 9:52, bright and early. Go in. We have the forms all signed. We're drinking our water in the waiting room.
What do the forms say?
It's just you need to say that what your sensitivities are, any allergies.
If your masseuse snaps and strangles you to death while you're on the table, they're not liable.
Yeah.
If it becomes a porn shoot
It's
suddenly
also
in the middle of your massage, they're not liable.
What
that happens. So you
what
gotta watch out
areas
for that.
do you want massage? Do you have any Are you okay with getting your glutes massaged?
It's one of the reasons I can't go in there is I've watched too many of those massage-themed porns, and I know how those go. 1 second they're rubbing your shoulders, and the next you got a dick in your mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That wasn't the direction I thought that was gonna go. but-
That's literally the exact direction I thought he was going with.
Well, it's the direction every single one of those porns goes. The exact same route.
Yeah.
Massage, dick in the mouth. Go ahead.
So we were waiting there, and
I'm looking forward to getting to that part of the story.
No, it's not. Well, you won't be. I'm going to disappoint you now. So we're sitting in the waiting room, and it's probably 10:05 now. So we're like, okay, and we're I'm sure they'll be bringing us back any minute.
It's
now.
dick sucking time.
And so the guy comes out for a couples massage. They usually have a guy do the guy and a girl do the girl. It's just how it works.
Can you choose though? Can you mix it up?
I'm too immature for this.
Spice up the relationship.
I'm sure you can.
You can choose, yes.
You can choose, I'm sure, but I'm talking about traditionally, that's what you do. So the guy, we're talking to the guy for a bit, and then they're like, "Where's Jessica or whatever her name is?" And yeah, I don't know, we haven't really heard from her yet. And so we talk to this guy, and they're like, "Yeah, Jessica hasn't texted us back yet." And now it's 10:15. So our appointment it's a 50-minute
Where the fuck
massage.
is Jessica?
I don't know.
Monster Jam.
She's at Monster Jam.
Okay.
It's a 50-minute massage, and we're already 15 minutes, into it. So like, I was like, okay, like we're recording at noon, like this has got to start in the next, 15 minutes, or else I'm not gonna be able to enjoy my massage because I'm
not going to be able to achieve orgasm. What the fuck?
Yeah, that. So they ended up reaching, and I remember I knew this was gonna go one of two ways because she goes like, "Hey, Jessica, where are you?" And I was so ready.
Beautiful.
I was so ready. I was like, either the receptionist lady's gonna go, "Okay, great, see you soon," and our massage is gonna start in 5 minutes, or there's gonna be an awkward silence where the woman Jessica is explaining what happened, and we're not gonna be
Getting your massage.
getting a massage anytime soon. And so the awkward silence happens, and I can like hear her saying like, "Oh, I didn't know it was today. Like, I'm not even in Austin right now, but like I can rush over.
I can do it telepathically, like with my brain.
And she's like, "How long will you be?" And she's like at least 20 minutes. And the woman's like, 20 minutes? Like, it's already 10:16. Their appointment was supposed to start 15 minutes ago. Another appointment's going to start 40 minutes late.
They're having this conversation in front of you?
Yes.
Huh.
Oh, that's definitely awkward.
This is very bad business.
Yeah.
It gets worse.
Oh, wow.
It gets worse than that.
That's why it was so jarring, right? So we're sitting there, like, we've now been inside this building with these two people for 20 minutes, like just shooting the shit, like waiting, like obviously
These two people being the other couple that you're about to get jiggy
no.
with.
Oh, is that type of
no.
Okay.
Don't listen to Ross. Do as he says. Not
I
as
never
he
got a
does.
couple's
Not as he
massage.
That is
so
a
I
very
don't
good
know.
rule. That is a very, very good rule.
Okay, so eventually it comes to this. I was like, we can just reschedule. Like, we live like 2 blocks away. Like, it was not a huge deal. Like, it's tough to like be able to coordinate something like that because my girlfriend and I have completely opposite schedules.
Yeah, y'all have crazy work schedules,
Yeah.
and you're doing 2 different fucking jobs, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot.
So what happens is they're like, "Oh, we'll reschedule you," and we're like December 8th. And me and my girlfriend are both like, we're being really nice about it because we're like, surely there's gonna be some sort of concession on their part, right?
Like an apology?
Like
Or
a
just-
make good.
Like
Like
a
a-
like a
Clearly,
The next one's on us?
yeah, like a free
like,
massage. Like
either a free massage, half off of your next massage.
I
Yeah,
figured like this one
something.
would be comped, at the very least.
Maybe you add like instead of a 50-minute, maybe you make it
So
an
what
80-minute for free. So we're like being all nice because we're like, there's no way, like because massages are expensive.
yeah.
You can't make somebody come out to your massage parlor, studio, whatever. Massage parlor sounds like a dirty massage one. I feel like massage studio sounds a lot more professional. I
Can
think
go with
Robert
that.
Kraft. When I think massage parlor, I think like Robert Kraft.
Yeah, but you say massage studio, I immediately think that's where they shoot those porns.
Oh, like the studio. Okay, yeah. So we're in great moods. We're like waiting for them to do something because like at a place where you're spending this much money, you can't not give a make good. They literally were like, "All right, 50-minute massage scheduled for the day we picked in the future," and we're like, "Okay." And
That
they're
was
like,
it?
"All right, see you then." We got nothing.
So did you get charged anything for today? No, I'm guessing no.
No.
But you're going to be charged for the one in the future, and nothing was done to make up for your time today.
Nothing.
So what you do is you call and you say, "What the fuck?" And then you just hit play and so that you don't have to say it all over again because you just told the story. And then a manager's going to say, "Oh shit," and then everybody involved in that's probably going to get fired because that's horrible customer service.
It is the worst. We literally woke up, went to this place, sat there for 20 minutes, which is half the length of the massage we were supposed to get, got nothing except for a thing of tea. Like my girlfriend
Nobody
drank
even
tea, and I had
fluffed
water.
you?
Nobody fluffed me.
Yeah, you could have gotten a free happy
That is
ending.
bizarre, but
So-
at least your laptop didn't fly off the top of your car.
So I will say this: we emailed afterwards because we were being nice because we were like they're gonna give something to us, and then they didn't, and we walked out and we're like we feel like we just got fleeced.
Now let me ask you something. You mentioned this was not the only customer service thing you had this morning. There is a second experience
Yes.
that was
It was
equal-
better. Better.
worse.
Oh,
Better.
good. Okay, well, let's
was better.
round this out with some
Yeah.
good news.
So here's a good one. Then after that, we were like, okay, well now we have another like we have this morning like we have more time. Let's go get breakfast, right?
Afternoon delight.
So we went to this. I looked it up, and it was this breakfast place, this breakfast food truck down south.
Can't say it either.
It was good. It was called Brooklyn Breakfast Shop, I think. It's down in St. Elmo, right near our old office.
Brooklyn breakfast shop.
It's like breakfast sandwiches, like breakfast hashes, like kind of like Paperboy.
It's a guy in there with a scarf on, 1000%.
No, he was actually. I think his name was Brian. He was super nice dude.
Smoking a self-rolled cigarette.
Apparently he was like the previous like personal chef to the editor in chief of like Vogue or something.
Oh,
What?
Bizarre. But we get there.
Shouts
and
to that guy.
he's a nice dude. I was talking to him. I was like, yeah, like, nice place you got here. A little food truck action next to that beach volleyball courts. And so we have a good interaction. I get a sandwich. My girlfriend gets like a breakfast hash thing. And we sit down. He's like, it'll be like 8 minutes. He comes out like 6 minutes later and is like, guys, I'm really, really, really sorry. I just looked at my stock and I literally am out of eggs. Like, obviously it's a breakfast place. And we were like, right when he said that, we were like, okay, this is the second business we've been to where something absurd has happened. However, then he goes, I'm really sorry. I'm going to take all the eggs off. I'll give you 2 free drinks, and I will add extra hash in. And, like, yeah, he was, like, incredibly nice. He realized there was an issue that is for his place of work, not fitting and deserves to be made good on. And then he went and he fixed it, and it was great, and all the food was great.
Is it because it's the end of the year and everybody just doesn't have their fucking shit together? Why is everybody terrible?
Well, he just opened it up, and he like
Then how the fuck do you not know how many eggs you have?
Well, he's selling out a lot. He sells out all the time, every time. And
he's a breakfast food
Bro.
truck.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, man. I took y'all's order. I just checked, and it turns out, no, we actually don't have any eggs.
No, dude, it was good.
That's weird, though.
He just erases breakfast from the sign.
Well, no,
scribbles it out.
He usually closes around this time because he usually sells out already, and he thought he could get one last
Yeah,
order
but
in.
you got to have that up front. Like, this same thing happened to me at a barbecue place next to my house the other day where I walked up to the window. There's like 3 people in line in front of me, and I get up to the window. Actually, this was an example of them doing it right. The chick's reaching out the window and crossing brisket off the list on the menu because the guy in front of me had gotten the last bit, and I was like, fuck! But you should, it's like places that can run out of stuff, I become very wary of returning. If that's then part of the equation, like, will they even have the thing I want? I hate that. And I get that that's just business. In some places, that's the way they roll. And especially in Austin, we have some barbecue places that have decided that's literally how they want to be strategically. But no, man, if your business fucks up, you should absolutely be doing everything you can to make right on.
And this guy totally did that. I left that place and I was like, that was a great customer service experience. I was like, yeah, whatever. We each didn't get one little egg, but we got extra food and free drinks, and he took off the egg from our order. So like,
Egg.
that was great.
Monster Jam.
He did it right. He did I will be returning there. He did a good job.
For the record, Bolen Media,
And the food was great.
we
It
have
was
a
great.
policy that anytime a customer is accidentally wronged or if something goes wrong or if there's some type of mistake made, we get you tickets to Monster Jam. That's what we do for each and every customer that we...
You shouldn't say that before you sell merch.
That we
'cause somebody's
wrong.
going to like order a large and get a medium, and you're going to be
Yeah.
like, oh, fuck. Now we got to give
No,
you Monster Jam
that would
tickets.
never, ever happen. Why would that happen? Why would that happen?
So you're telling me right now,
Why would anybody receive the wrong size?
so if somebody receives the wrong size, you were going to personally buy them Monster Jam tickets?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
You just said that.
No, that's not what I said. RBP 244 is brought to you by Leesa. Your mattress is the most important purchase you're ever going to make for your home, whether you're grinding in a studio apartment or you live in a 4-bedroom with 2 kids or some shit. Having a fantastic bed for your body and mind to rest every night is paramount. Leesa knows how important rest is to a better life. Leesa is the foundation of a healthier, happier you. And to Leesa, a bed is more than just a place to sleep. It's a place for relaxation and rest. All of their products at Leesa have been thoughtfully designed to go beyond creating a comfortable bed, to transform your bedroom into a sanctuary that you actually want to spend time in. I have been sleeping on their most advanced luxury hybrid mattress for a few years now. It's made with premium foams and springs for enhanced pressure relief with edge-to-edge support. It is the most comfortable bed I've ever laid eyes or body on. I sleep with 2 Leesa pillows. I have Leesa blankets on my couches. All of their products made are the most comfortable, incredible sleepy time rest products I've ever enjoyed in my entire life. The hybrid is phenomenal. If your mattress sucks, if you don't even know where it came from, if it's been too many years and you're not comfortable and you're not sleeping good, go with the hybrid. Leesa believes all people should have access to deep rest and relaxation, and as such, they make it easy for their customers to know they've made the right choice through their social impact initiatives tied to each purchase. Leesa donates 1 mattress for every 10 they sell through organizations that work in causes like foster care prevention. To date, they have donated more than 33,000 mattresses to more than 1,000 nonprofits. In-home delivery and setup is available. Financing is also available. Do not miss out, RBP gang. Live healthier, live happier by resting deeper. You've heard me talk about Leesa all of 2019 and 2018, really. The time is now. If you've just been waiting, order today and get 15% off any mattress for a limited time at leesa.com/RBP. Use the promo code RBP. That's LEESA.com/RBP. Promo code RBP. Keep in mind, you also get a 100-night risk-free trial plus free shipping and returns. If you're new to our show, the Ross Bolen Podcast. Almost every episode is broken down into segments, which you can find below with time cues in the description. Some episodes may have a special guests or special topics and be an exception to the rule, but for the most part, the idea is that this podcast is segmented so that you can consume it at your own pace at work or school or whatever other schedule dictates your life, and you don't have to have listened to a single one of the 243 preceding episodes of this show in order to enjoy RBP 244. But if you like today's show, we ask that you go back and hit the backlog. 243 episodes for you to soak in and enjoy when you got the time. Have at it. Some announcements. Shout out Catherine. Happy 21st birthday. Keep listening with your boyfriend Brado when y'all are cruising around. Brado's not his name, just for the record. I just couldn't figure out his name. Brado's like part of his handle. Happy birthday to Chase Mason coming up November 30th. Shouts to you and your brother at CU Boulder. Shout out to Evan Duncan. Shout out Ryan and Anja. Shout out to all the touchers and the circlers and shit that I met yesterday. Follow us on Instagram at the Ross Bolen Podcast, where every day, we already did that, didn't we? We did. No, we didn't. We fill up our story every day on Instagram with the photos and videos sent in by you, our listenership, the RBP gang. I collect most of those photos and videos through my Snapchat at WRBolen. We take the best ones, put them on our Instagram at the Ross Bolen Podcast. You can see all the hilarious different cart chaos and dog photos and trash license plates and funny weed pictures and like other hilarious stuff that y'all have discovered. The Instagram story is one of my favorite things about this community. We're also on Twitter at Ross Bolen Pod, and you can find us on Facebook if you're the middle-aged aunt of one of our listeners. The RBP curse lasted 1 week. Congratulations to Ohio State.
It's not over yet, though.
Oh, no, that's
we're
it.
We're just 1 for 1.
No, that's not how it works. Curse is dead, bro. Killed. Ohio State did it to him.
We still want you to post the mugshot.
Well, of course. We still want everybody to try to make it to
curse or not,
to
we still want to
game
see it
day
on
with
there.
the mugshot, but the curse lasted a hilarious 1 week.
It almost like came to fruition, though. I know you were watching the game. You probably thought for a second in the second half, you're like, oh.
Actually, most of the game, I was like, there's a legitimate chance here.
It seemed like they had a legitimate shot, like you said.
No, they were in it for the whole game. It was a well-fought battle by Penn State.
I know a piece of you was like, yes.
They just couldn't get it done. And also, I'm fully aware of at least 2 different young men at Ohio State who did make the effort. They just came up short. So it happens. Here's what I'm going to say. If you're at a school on game day, one of the other game days coming up, we don't have that many left this season. You okay, Jared?
Oh, yeah, I'm
good.
I'm done over here.
Fucking,
That
you're like a moth for a second. I knew exactly what you were staring at, and I was like, this motherfucker's staring directly into this lamp behind me. Jesus.
That lamp is insane. It's literally
You're
a wicker.
going to need more than one boy with a sign, more than one dude. You're going to need to be doubling, tripling up on plans and shit because there's no way. If you're like, oh, well, Brian's got a sign. He's going out. He's going to make. Brian might black out and not even get to the thing, which I think might happen with one of our guys.
How about for anyone who does actually come through with it, we slide them like a T-shirt or something.
Or tickets to Monster Jam.
Can you do that?
Why are y'all trying to make me do work and give away shit? Leave me alone. Amends, 1. The population of China is still 1.386 billion. First segment. Mike, how many minutes in are we? So I can decide exactly how fast to be. 33 minutes in. First segment.
And last segment.
Calling all gang members. It's very important. Pay attention. Going into 2020, I wanted to call on all of you listening to keep the show in mind this holiday season when you're visiting with like family and friends, coworkers, holiday parties,
Moths,
Christmas parties, moth gatherings, monster show rallies, monster truck rallies, whatever you're doing.
Goth, Reddit meetups.
Absolutely. Satanist underground demon-worshipping clinics.
Globalism conventions.
Those two.
At the Sheraton Convention Center in
Classmates.
Raleigh or North Carolina.
At study sessions or whatever. Keep the Ross Bolen Podcast in mind and continue to spread the word about what we are doing here. Word of mouth is the most powerful and important marketing method by which we can grow this show. You guys are the only way this thing continues to change the world. Now, the reason I bring this up is because admittedly over especially the past month and a half or so, our numbers have dwindled by 5 to 8%, so a slight dwindle. And I'm going to explain to you why that is. Some people don't, being real, a lot of people don't like the things that I have to say about politics and the things that I have to say about religion. And this is both the left and the right. All right, I get yelled at by Republicans and Democrats.
That's how you know you're doing it right.
With a pretty solid, or left, a pretty solid degree of regularity, and it's annoying, but it's also like the more of that I get, the more I'm like, all right, we're hitting the right. This is where we want to be, because that is where I am. I'm not on the left and I'm not on the right. I'm somewhere in the middle. Depending on what day it is, I might lean right, I might lean left. There's different things I believe on different points. I'm just not a member of either party, and that upsets people. They don't like that when you talk shit on their shit. People on the far right don't like any criticism of the right. People of the far left don't like any criticism of the left, and as a result, we have lost listeners on both of those, in both of those demographics, right? On the religious side of things, it makes people uncomfortable when you speak to your personal beliefs and like the shit that guides your life, if it's not the same as the shit that guides their lives. As a result, we've lost some people. We've lost some. And it's not even that I don't understand or like that I'm upset with that. I'm not. That's just the way it goes, and that's the way it works. Like, as I continue to shape this show, my voice, and what I want to accomplish here, there are going to be those of you who are like, nah, man, I'm not on for this, or I'm not in for this. And that's cool. But the point is this. For those of you who are here for it, for those of you who are cool with it, and that understand what I'm trying to do here, I need y'all's help. I need you to continue to share this show with people. Because here's the thing. Look, I'm not like, first of all, a lot of the opinions, a lot of the things we say here are said in jest. We make a lot of jokes.
We're just having fun.
And I think a lot of people fail to recognize, and don't get me wrong, sometimes it's tough. Sometimes I'm like, was I kidding or was I serious? I think people struggle to like pull sometimes from because it's a grab bag, man. We do really serious segments and we do really silly shit, and it's like it can get difficult to decipher, and I understand that. But you have to, if I'm wrong, or if you and I, or Jared and I, or AJ and I, or a listener and I disagree, the difference between like me and a right or a left pundit or some talking head left or right podcaster is that I will actually hear you out.
Talking Heads.
Mm-hmm.
You may find yourself.
And have like a constructive discourse. That's a great song. And have a constructive discourse with you. You know what I mean? Unless it's about sports, in which case I can't promise it'll be constructive. I'll just yell at you, suck our dicks, or whatever.
Bad sports takes.
Yeah, horrible sports takes. But anything else, like I can promise you, I will talk about it with you and I will discuss it. I've had arguments with people on Twitter where it's like we come out still disagreeing, and I'm like, hey man, I appreciate you talking to me in a way that was the good energy, the right energy for the right reasons, trying to understand each other better. And if we walk away without an understanding, that's fine. But if you're feeling me right now and what I'm saying, then you're one of the people I'm speaking to who I needs to help share the word about this show, because it's going to be like, I mean, not to beat around the bush, in 2020, a make or break year for what we're doing here and what my goals are with this company and Bolen Media. And I'm going to aim as high as y'all's support will allow me to aim. So tell everybody you know about this show this holiday season. All your friends, post on social media. Like, tell people it's funny, it's informative, sometimes it's silly, but beneath all that, we really are trying to make a difference here, and we genuinely are trying to succeed, and I mean, in a way that's, we're trying to demonstrate and trying to use my past experiences and Jared and AJ's and our lives and our guests and their experiences to help people, right? To make this ride a little bit easier for others and inspire people too to change their shit up. Like, there are so many people we get messages from. I don't think it's tough for me because like I don't want to sound like I'm trying to overhype what we're doing here or what's going on, but we are legitimately saving people's lives in some cases.
Yeah.
So it's not something I can really beat around the bush on. Like that's a thing. And when I say that, it almost feels silly. Because, like, we have segments called, like, stuff the Wikipedia when you're high. And it's like, what? But no, like...
Or sometimes we show our feet to the camera.
Sometimes we sometimes we make weird Monster Jam jokes.
But in all seriousness, some people need that entertainment. Like you said, I mean, it's a lifeline for many people. Like in all seriousness.
Dude, if you knew how many emails, how many DMs I've gotten from people on Instagram, on Twitter, on Snapchat, on telling me, like, man, I was in a horrible place. I was considering suicide and changed my mind. Suicide! Like, I'm not making this shit up. Like, there have been people who were like, I was considering fucking killing myself.
I've read some of those messages. Yeah, I've seen some too.
But mostly, I mean, those are the extreme examples. Mostly we hear from people who are like, I've had horrible anxiety. I've never had a good outlet or a community that understood it. I've never understood it. There's a million things we've talked about and a million ways we go about trying to make people feel less alone on this show. And if you're one of those people who has felt that and that believes in this and what we're doing and making people laugh and trying to help make life a little easier for us all, then please, 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 this holiday season, this Thanksgiving, this November, this December, support the show, share word of mouth, send people, think of it this way, like, we put up an Instagram you think is funny. Hit that little button that says you can throw it in your Instagram story and share it or whatever, and then put like, haha, this is my favorite podcast, y'all should all check it out. You see, we put up a Facebook video that you thought was, share that shit. Retweet every fucking tweet we put out. Send your friends the links to the subscribe. I don't know. Do whatever you have to do, because this, to me, I cannot stress enough. Like, I don't want to sound like this is out of desperation, because it's most certainly not. It's more out of like, I've never been more excited for anything in my entire life than what we're building right here. And I see the potential, and I see 2020 and the possibilities, and I'm so psyched. I just want to make sure everybody understands where we're at. Listenership included. Like, if you're new here and you're like, what the fuck is this guy doing? This is my first episode, bro. We're changing the world. Monster Jam. Then, yeah, maybe you're a little confused. But also, I feel like you can probably, you probably get the message just from listening to me talk.
Can I just add?
I got the message, but I didn't get the massage.
But what's up, AJ?
I was just going to say, to help promote the show, during the holiday season, last year what we did is we put together a nice best of episode.
Yeah.
And so I would like to do that again this
we can
year.
do that.
But now we have video. See, we add another element to it.
We do.
Now we can take some of the best video clips in studio, and I want to try to, get some of those, put them together, add some, cool little transitions.
That would be good. Maybe we can get a really badass best of 2019 video together for y'all to share with your people that will give them a good idea of what
we
all
need an
do.
audio version, too. There needs to
we
be
can
a
do that.
video and an audio version.
Can you do me a favor, AJ?
that
Can you,
people can...
for the video version,
Huh.
can you only make the transitions with the Ken Burns effect?
The Ken Burns effect.
Yes.
What's the Ken Burns effect, Jared?
It's like when you kind of like, it's a still image, but you kind of like zoom across it,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know the Ken Burns. I know the Ken Burns.
You like zoom in on one thing. Yeah, it's like every Ken Burns documentary.
All right, to end this little segment.
That was just something to throw out
No,
there.
absolutely.
We'll discuss more about that later. We'll probably pitch it
Absolutely.
further down the line.
People are out there choosing life because of this community that we call the RBP gang, and it is fucking beautiful. Building this with y'all, and that's not a joke, like we have done it together, has been my greatest honor. I truly mean that. This show has also saved my life at a couple different several times throughout the course of the past couple years where I truly felt like I had nowhere to turn. So thank you for the support you've given. Any support you've given in the past, anybody who's participated, pledged money on patreon.com/Ross Bolen Podcast this year, who's fulfilled their legal obligations of sharing the show. I met a few people yesterday at the circling back deal.
Oh, yeah, how was that anyway?
It was great. Two of which were like, it was a guy, and this guy one of the guys had told the other guy about the show, like he's the one who had fulfilled his duty, and then like I got to talk to them for 20 minutes. It was like meeting you guys in person. So I've probably met like at least 100 of y'all this year over the course of the year in different events and in different places, and getting to know y'all has been phenomenal. Those thousands of you I've gotten to know through the internet has been even more phenomenal. I just asked, and this won't be the last time you hear me begging in 2019, just for the record. We'll probably have a couple more little talks like this, but this will be the longest one. 2020 is going to be our shit, okay? 2020 is going to be, we have built the momentum for 2 years, for 244 episodes of this show, up to a place where I know we're on the cusp of exploding. We've made a ridiculous impact, in my opinion, already, even with the small base that we started with. To get up to where we're at is absolutely nuts. To take it to the next level would be even crazier, and it's something that I'm going to be working my hardest to do for y'all. And really, for me, that means one thing: making the show as good as it can be, and making sure that all the elements of the show are available to as many people as possible. That means the video, any articles, blah, 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 all that stuff. So, yeah, going to be a lot happening. We've got the merch coming for y'all on patreon.com/Ross Bolen Podcast. I know y'all are excited for that. And anyway, I just wanted to do a little bit here to not only say thank you, but to hopefully inspire y'all to continue to share the show, word of mouth especially, but do your thing online. Do your thing online. Tagging friends and shit on the Instagram, man. The Instagram videos and the Instagram TV videos are huge. Get in there. Next segment, Twitter is ruined for Ross. So it's all fun and games until your Jacob Sagittarius tweet goes viral and ruins Twitter forever, Jared.
Why forever?
Because we're at 16,749 retweets as of before recording, and here's the really big problem. Well, first of all, that's a number that you're not supposed to be able to get to.
I mean, dude, it's crazy that like half your followers retweeted it, man. We got some good engagement, right?
Isn't that weird that it's like
half of them?
It's crazy that they're all Sagittarius fans.
Yeah, they're all half your followers are like, man, this is people got to see this.
Yeah, 167,459 likes have caused my mentions and my feed and everything about Twitter to become completely ruined for me over the past 6 or 7 days.
I was looking into it. That's actually a lot of likes. That's quite a bit.
That's like Ellen numbers, dude.
Yeah, it's like you took a selfie with Bradley Cooper and like.
That's not the numbers W.R. Bolen is supposed to. Yes, exactly. That's not the numbers I'm supposed to be putting up.
People say that you're the Ellen of podcasting.
People do say that.
People say that, Idris Elba was sexiest man before John Legend, and like they say you're next.
The sexiest podcast.
Do they say I'm
the sexiest podcaster?
That does that progression.
That should be a thing.
That progression makes sense though. Idris Elba, John Legend,
Ross Bolen.
Right? Same
skinnier. It's slightly skinnier.
Like, you see like the ab progression to like a lot of abs, like good abs, but not to make you uncomfortable, and then like normal guy.
But like for normal guy, it's like do you have no abs or do you have one ab?
I have
that takes up your entire chest.
Well, now I have like
he has like that middle-aged pooch, right?
No. Jesus,
right? I don't.
Savage.
You made me about to take my shirt off, bro.
I mean, it takes your shoes off too. You know, let's just get freaky with it.
But no, I don't have the middle-aged pooch, AJ. I haven't had to drop alcohol in 2 years.
Well, no, because you said you're bulking right now.
I just smoked a J in the car. I'm feeling a little spacey. I lather these babies up every morning with, what is he saying in Step Brothers? No, you don't have
porcupine oil.
He lathers up his abs. You know the part where he's up in the treehouse? You're both looking at me like you don't know what I'm talking about. In Step Brothers.
Oh, was that a documentary? Because I prefer a nice documentary.
You fucking idiot.
No,
you fucking idiot.
Let's keep going.
Yeah. So anyway, how did we get to my abs? And how did you think I have a pooch?
Yeah,
you realize
what the fuck
is wrong with you?
Well, because you said you're bulking right now, and
right,
you always
let me
talk about crushing food.
Ross can't have
AJ has a very strange. You assume things about me sometimes.
You give me reason to assume.
You assume I don't work out. You assume I have an adult pooch. The fuck is that, bro? Weird move.
You do have an adult pooch. His name is Bruce.
See what you did there. 2 then, technically.
No.
Bella's an adult.
I don't.
They're 6 and 5. Those are full-grown dogs. But no, fucking pooch. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, but Twitter, for those of you who don't use Twitter, this is the problem. I can't get on the app. I can't believe the computer's still working. I can't get on the app right now and like communicate with my people. So all y'all that are like, Ross, great
read
episode.
some of your latest ats.
Great episode
Ad
last
mentions.
week. I can't read this one. There's too many N-words.
Wait, what?
Excuse me?
Jacob Sagittarius fans are coming at you?
Not even going to tell them about the time you got attacked on Twitter by fans of Marcy from Married with Children. It does look like Marcy from Married with Children.
That's good. That's a solid
gang, snitches get stitches. I'm going to tell my kids this is Ross Bolen, and there's a photo of a goat. That's very sweet.
Aw.
I did one of those for you.
But then it's mostly people saying shit like, well, you know what? Maybe it's... I don't think the strange rando mentions are up in my mentions tab. Is that not how it works anymore?
It should be.
I don't know, man. Maybe they figured out how to handle it. We're up to 168,000 likes now. Yeah.
Do you think this is just a case of like every single Jacob Sagittarius fan is on Twitter? Like how do these Gen X stars get so much more Twitter specific engagement than everybody else? Nobody's on Twitter. What? Nobody. Okay, here's the deal. When we were like getting big on Twitter, you know, when you were like growing from whatever, like 8K to 30K, which you did in like, I don't know, 2014, whatever, 15. That was like that was like a lot of growth, right? Because Twitter really started slowing down after that. And now all these kids are on Twitter again. Why is that? What caused the migration?
I
back
have
to Twitter?
absolutely no idea how to make sense of Twitter as a social media, because back when Twitter was hot and you could grow a big ass following was like 8 years ago, okay? And it hasn't been like that since. There was a point where if you crushed on Twitter, you could go from 5,000 to 10,000 to 100,000 followers in a matter of months if you were on your grind. And during that point, I always tell myself, this is my excuse, that I was writing the TFM book and I wasn't grinding on Twitter and I missed out on like a shit ton of I mean, because like, I'll give you an example. I've been chasing our buddy Dylan on Twitter since that point. because when he was on TFM pumping out articles every day during Twitter's heyday, fucking living the dream, my ass was in the apartment smoking weed and snorting Adderall trying to write a frat book. And I missed out on the glory days in my mind. And this might not be accurate at all. But the part about Twitter as a whole is definitely accurate, because since then, Twitter went through a very dark period where it had like no growth, nobody cared. It was you, me, and like 40 other people on the motherfucker. You know what I mean? A lot of people, but seemingly a much smaller echo chamber of an audience than, say, Instagram or Facebook, where everyone has an account. Not everybody has a Twitter, just like not everybody has a Snapchat, right? You get your aunt or your uncle on Twitter, and they're like, I can't. What, Jacob Sagittarius? And then they're out. Like, it's over.
You and me, though, are people who, I think we have the same idea. Like, Twitter is the best social media.
It's not close. It's the best
far
by far.
Far and away. It's the funniest. It's the most informative.
It's the most intimate.
Useful.
Also, there's way more humor. There's so much more humor.
Oh, definitely. I can waste hours on Twitter.
How is there not re-gramming? Like, I mean, I guess it clog up people's
doesn't
feeds.
work
It doesn't
that
work
way,
there.
though. It doesn't work that way.
Because you can only get
They're
one
starting
picture.
to find windows, though. Like, what did I just say? You think one of the RBP posts on Instagram is hilarious? Share the shit into your story. You can do that now. So, like, you click the button, and it's like, put this post in my story. You can put anything in your story, man.
True.
I'm going to take a picture of you from last Thanksgiving. I'll put it in my story.
I have a pretty funny picture of you I found on my phone the other day. It's you and I were recording Freeze All Motor Functions, our Westworld podcast.
Famp.
And it was a morning recording where we recorded at like 9.
Oh, yeah?
And you're wearing your fuzzy robe, the multicolored one, and you're recording with your entire body laid down on the table, and the mic pulled all the way down so that you could talk into it while your head was on the table.
Had I quit drinking at that point?
I don't know.
I feel like I might have been hungover. That sounds like a Ross pre-quitting alcohol move. Wear the robe. This was in an office, by the way, a professional office setting, not like now.
A professional
very
podcast
nice
studio.
in a very nice studio, and I was in a bad place. But no, if you're a Jacob Sagittarius or Sartorius fan and you're here, I'll read some more of the other replies. Hopefully the plane crashed in the Bermuda Triangle. I would literally flush him down a toilet if he made me late. Looks like his hair has already been swirled around in the toilet. $100 says this kid thinks Death Row Records is a haunted house. He's wearing a Death Row Records shirt, which makes it like 70 times more insufferable because
I know. Disrespectful.
It is, though. That is cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
That white kid wearing a Death Row shirt is by my definition, that is cultural appropriation.
Well, you don't even wear Death Row T-shirts.
He wears Life Champion T-shirts.
I'm not kidding, AJ. If you sent me a badass, it's just, shout out Travis Matthew. They make a lot of good shit, and they sent me this for free. It's a good shirt, but it's like one notch too wholesome for me. I can't pull this off. I smoke weed every day, and I say horrible words.
Hey.
Also, I'm stupid enough to leave my laptop on top of the roof of my car. I'm clearly not a fucking life champion, Jared.
Do you think that when your laptop flew off and it opened up, it was trying to fly away and ascend into a different state of being?
Yo, I had this thought yesterday. This is incredibly dark. Yes, first of all. I was high as shit, and I was looking out the window. And I was looking out the window because my dog wouldn't stop barking out the window, right?
It was a squirrel.
He does this.
Right?
It wasn't a squirrel, but we'll do a squirrel update too. Bruce barks out the window at any dog that walks past. And normally that doesn't bug me.
That's any dog.
He's yeah. It's
pretty.
Well, but Bruce is he gets worked up. He gets real upset. And I'm sitting there with him. So sometimes he'll run into our guest room and jump up on the bed, and there's a window there. And anyway, I found him in there, and I go and I'm standing next to him. I'm petting him. I'm like, man, quit barking at these other dogs. Why are you barking at these dogs? I'm talking to him. I'm high, and we talk to each other. And it hit me. I was like, what if he's barking because he wants to be free out there with them, and running in the street and like on walks and shit.
And you're the chains that tie
And
him down.
I'm the burden keeping him here inside. And you gotta be careful with weed, man. Every once in a while you find a thought that's just like a thread that if you go down that shit, it is over.
So there's a chance you would open your door up and be like, go free, Bruce! Go!
I'm sorry! Yes!
I'm sorry.
You're free
Bruce.
now, I'm sorry!
Well, I'm sure when Bruce talks to other dogs, he's like, yeah, man, I've been locked up for a while now, man. It's hard in here.
Motherfuckers won't pay my bail, dude. No judge to give me a court date.
Yeah, I'm
Barking
gonna
out
say
the
that.
window.
I'm gonna say he's just barking because that's another dog and he wants to go sniff his butt.
That's exactly what it is. RBP 244 is also brought to you by Hawthorne. Cologne is a complicated thing. It's tough to pick a scent. a fragrance. It's impossible to know when you're getting ripped off, which is almost always. Too many guys I know picked up their cologne in like 2006 and have been rocking with that shit ever since. And it's a disaster. Girls think you smell like either their dad or like a high school gym locker room. But smelling good is very important. And that's where our new sponsor, Hawthorne, comes in. Hawthorne. Hawthorne smells really, really, really good, and getting their cologne is so damn easy. You just go to hawthorne.co. Hawthorne.co. You'll take a very quick quiz to figure out which scents are best for you. It legitimately takes like 2 minutes. And by taking it, you'll see exactly what they're doing for you, hitting you with 2 colognes that are best for you. One for work, one for play. Totally risk-free shipping and free returns. They also have incredible personalized products like the shampoo, body wash. I got all this shit now. Every single product I am using, the deodorant on my body, Hawthorne. The shampoo in my hair, the conditioner in my hair, the body wash on my body, Hawthorne. It's all incredible. It all smells so good, and it was all made specifically for me based on the quiz that I took at hawthorne.co. So check out Hawthorne at hawthorne.co. That's Hawthorne with an E, Hawthorne.co. Promo code Ross to get 10% off your first purchase. That's Hawthorne.co, and use my code Ross to get 10% off your purchase. Hawthorne.co, code Ross. Next segment, Michael Jackson biopic seems like bad idea.
Stop saying it like that.
Isn't it biopic?
It's biopic.
Yeah.
Is it really?
We talked about this like 2 episodes ago.
When you say biopic, I think of like a biopsy.
It's a biographical picture.
You're telling me this isn't a choice, it's biopic. Biopic.
Biopic.
Space, pick, and take the space out.
Well,
But
you're
why
saying
not
biopic.
Because biopic sounds like a medical procedure.
Yeah.
It feels like a medical procedure. It's a Michael Jackson movie.
Fair point.
Well, okay,
I
Michael.
can't argue with that.
I'm sorry, Michael Jackson biopic.
Yes.
That sounds like it's about biology, though.
No, the first one sounds like it's biological.
Whatever. Okay, Michael Jackson movie sounds like bad idea. Deadline reported over the weekend that the guy who, and this is like, I'm not gonna like dance around with some fucking
No pun intended.
with Michael Jackson shoes on, trying to make this cute, or pretend that Mike wasn't a monster. I'm not. If you're a Mike Jackson apologist, just skip it. I'm gonna rip the dude. Bohemian Rhapsody producer Graham King. So the guy who made the Bohemian Rhapsody movie,
Which is a universally loved movie,
I still
right?
never watched that.
Mike?
I don't know if
Mike,
universally loved.
Did you watch it?
Is the move? I like
Likes
Rami Malek too. He's a funny, good, talented, very good actor. Funny's not necessarily.
not- I don't think he's not a
comedy
comedian.
is not
He's
his
not really
forte.
a funny guy. Is sort of a funny face if you want to be an asshole about it, Jared.
Don't bring me into
Fucking
this.
prick.
That's kind of rude.
I didn't say shit.
You're the bio
He might
prick.
be a guest on the show one
Jared
day.
Borislow, bio
Or not
prick.
anymore now.
Seems like bad idea. Anyway, they've got that dude making the movie, right? And I'll just say this for that guy. If you had to pick a fight, the Elton John movie and the Bohemian Rhapsody movie won by TKO in the first round. The Elton John movie was an utter and total disaster of a train wreck. I'm upset that I saw
train
it.
wrecks are disasters.
Fuck that movie. What were they thinking? Holy shit. I can see it I saw it in theaters and I can see pieces of it playing back out in my head right now. And it was so upsettingly bad. Oh my God, what was I even talking? Oh, so they got that guy on board. First of all, I can't believe anybody's on board for this. This is so fucking slippery still. There is no way this can be executed without wildly offending millions of people.
Yes.
At the very least, handfuls of potentially and allegedly sexually abused people as well. I don't know how they, but here's the thing. They have access to the entire catalog of music. The Jackson estate is obviously on board with this.
This has got to be. You go on.
No, please.
This has to be like we need to save the image move, right?
Maybe?
This sounds like that, yeah.
I don't think this ever
Like
sees
from
the
the
light of day,
Jackson
bro.
estate.
I would not be
I
surprised.
don't think this makes it to the screen, dude.
It's gonna go to Betamax.
I don't think this sees the light of day in that way, even.
Dude,
Not-
we
no
have
streaming.
a Michael Jackson biopic already. You remember the Jackson 5 movie
No.
about their whole family?
No.
Oh. Was it the one that made it very aware of his dad and his problems?
Yeah, you never seen that movie? Dude, it's super old. They used to play it on like VH1 and MTV.
His dad
and stuff all the
abused
time.
him, right? That
Well,
was-
I guess it was more focused on that. It wasn't necessarily about Michael Jackson.
it was pre.
It was
yeah.
about him and his brothers getting brutally beat by their dad.
Yeah.
Jeez.
What was his name? Joe Jackson, real asshole, according to the way history
Is he the one who had shoes or the one who didn't have shoes?
He had shoes.
He shoe
yes.
having Joe Jackson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta
Not
differentiate.
shoeless Joe Jackson.
Yeah.
Just want to
I
compare.
probably should have clarified.
Yeah, thank you. I need
It
to know.
sucks for Shoeless. He's like getting wrapped up in this
Yeah.
whole thing now. People think Shoeless is hitting Mike.
Yeah, it's like, and he fell on such hard times after all that he became further shoeless. He has
Even fewer shoes
less shoes
than before.
than zero.
God damn.
No shoes.
Okay, anyway, so they've retained 3-time Oscar-nominated writer John Logan to write the script for this. There is not a studio yet, and there never will be. Well, there might be a studio. Somebody is stupid. For fuck's sake, they were going to cast Julia Roberts as Harriet Tubman 15 years ago in Hollywood, bro.
Nobody's talking about that.
You didn't see that story?
No.
So, an executive in Hollywood allegedly said, and I'm not joking. So they're getting this Harriet Tubman biopic made. No, it's not. It's just a movie about Harriet Tubman, which I'm sure will be phenomenal. They're finally getting it made. It's been in the works for like 15 years. Very famous writer. All these great people attached to it. But at one point, 15 years ago or some shit, the person in charge of, or the writer, I want to say, and I'm summarizing here, was speaking with a Hollywood executive who was like, "We love it. Harriet Tubman, Underground Railroad, let's do it. We want to book Julia Roberts as Harriet." And the writer was like, I'm sorry, did you say Julia Roberts? The
Aaron Brockovich?
She's a white woman that's a ginger? Ocean's 11? This is, excuse me, you're aware that Harriet Tubman was a black woman, enslaved, ran the Underground Railroad. And the executive said, and this is a quote that they're passing around, "Oh, it's been so long, nobody will know the difference."
That's not real.
I swear to God, Google it. That's what the writer of this movie is alleging that a Hollywood executive said to them 15 years ago. That's in 2004. 2004, allegedly a Hollywood executive said, "It was so long ago, nobody will know the difference," which equates to, ipso facto, it's been so long, people will forget slaves were black.
That is the
Yikes.
most asinine thing. How could somebody
But
possibly
Jared,
think
that-
that people would not care about that?
That is how backwards, I believe, Hollywood got over the course of like 60 years of unchecked bullshit. And then in the past couple years, we've started to walk it back. But oh my God, somebody legitimately wanted to cast Julia Roberts as Harriet Tubman.
Oh, so they weren't gonna put like blackface on her? They were just
I don't know
they're
what
just
they
gonna-
That would be worse. That would be way worse.
The next question was going to be like, how?
no. I feel like honestly, that would be better than just having a white woman just leading a bunch of.
They're like, no, we want to leave it authentic. We're not going to paint her black. And then it's just her leading a bunch. What, are all
Then
the other
they-
slaves going to be white
yeah.
too?
No,
Oh,
like,
let's
wait
just
a-
go ahead and reverse the roles. We'll have all the slave owners be black. Now that's a film I want to see. All the slave owners are black. All the slaves are white. And Julia Roberts is leading the white slaves to freedom as Harriet. It'll be like an offensively barely changed version of her name, like Harriet Trubman or some shit.
I cannot. That's insane to me that anybody in the world would think Julia Roberts would. There's no way she would agree to that. Surely she wouldn't agree to that.
No, I would hope not. Here's how stupid that idea is. I believe that is so stupid of an idea that if you were the person in the room presented with that thought, it is your human responsibility to snuff out the life that has presented it to you. If somebody says to you, you know who should play Harriet Tubman? Julia Roberts. It's your responsibility with your bare hands
Climb over the table.
to
to
strangle
murder
them,
that
right?
person.
Yeah.
You have to end that. Because that thought is so far gone.
It has to die. That idea has to die.
Only worse shit can come from there. This motherfucker thinks a white woman could play Harriet Tubman. We got to get rid of this person. That person isn't going to make the world a better place.
No, there's only one woman who could play Harriet Tubman that was destined to play Harriet Tubman.
Who?
Oprah.
She's up there. She's
Or
got to be on the list, right?
Whoopi Goldberg.
There's like,
Or
Viola Davis.
Millions-
I like Viola Davis.
millions of black women would be good. But you know what? I'd say there were probably like 8 million black women I'd have on my list before Julia Roberts got there. Before,
yeah, sure.
Which is crazy, man, to think about.
I was gonna say Missy
Julia
Elliott.
You know who'd be like? I just love the concept of like some white executive like getting stoked on the idea. Oh fuck yeah, nobody's done the Underground Railroad. We're gonna be rich as shit. Like all right, this is perfect for Julia. because this dude's been trying to get her to suck his dick for like 30 years, right? And he's like, oh my God, this is my chance. I'll get Julia plugged into the Harriet Tubman movie.
That's how ass backwards Hollywood is.
And seriously, we're just now getting to a point where we're even starting to recover from that level of backwards thanks to the Me Too movement, which is the only thing that cracked it open. It took like hundreds of women coming forward and being like, yeah, these guys have been raping and molesting us and abusing us for generations and generations of movie making.
Yeah, it's fucked.
This makes me think of what it was like when Quentin Tarantino pitched Django to the execs that he had to like.
No shit,
you know what I'm saying?
dude.
Like,
But Tarantino has reached a point where he was like 8 movies ago that problem arose where they were like, because watch any of his movies and you're like, how the hell is he going to present?
I imagine
like Pulp Fiction. He's like, all right, so I wrote myself into the movie and I'm going to be using the N-word pretty heavily.
yeah.
And like Samuel L. Jackson was like, I'm in to be in that scene with you and be cool. Like, because you've heard Tarantino say some of the weird shit he says, right? Like he thinks
He's a very strange guy.
He was raised, and this is out of his mouth. I don't know if this is true. He was raised in a black community and considers himself to have more in common with black people than white people.
Really? Where's he from?
I mean, that's fine.
I don't remember. It's not that it's not fine.
You're from Houston.
It just
you
doesn't
probably...
give you the I don't at all identify more with black people than white people. I just don't even identify with white people. But no, man, that wouldn't be a fair thing to say. Quentin can't. He believes himself to be getting a pass that he's not sometimes.
Do you think that, you know, when Quentin Tarantino was like, okay, who do you think should play Django? And you think the network exec was like, I got it, William H. Macy.
Didn't they offer it to Will Smith and he passed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe so.
That's
yeah.
right.
No,
That's
that's very
bad luck.
real. That's
Bad
very, very real.
I'm glad he didn't take that.
There's a story with Ludacris in Fast and the Furious, right? Same exact thing.
Yeah.
What?
Who they offered that to originally?
Come on with Ja Rule.
Yeah, it was Ja Rule.
No, Ja was in the
Hey,
first one.
No.
He was in the first
No,
one.
not Ja Rule.
Was he in the first one?
Ja Rule was in the first
okay,
movie.
they
He's
offered
driving
him-
his car and loses his girl because Vin Diesel beats him, or Paul Wahlberg.
Don't disrespect that man.
They're
Let's not talk about Mark Wahlberg
rest in
again.
peace.
Yeah, fucking
No,
A.
but, okay, yeah, I think that Ja Rule, they were like, hey, Ja, we want to have you back for 2. And he was like,
yeah,
pay me
yeah.
more money. And they're like, no. So they got Ludacris, and he made so much money off of
Luda
it.
was like,
He ended up
actually,
being
I'll
a
just
staple in the franchise.
I'll do it for free. Y'all put me in the next one and I'm good. Ja Rule. So many mistakes in
Yeah.
such a short 20-year window. It's almost astonishing. And then from there, he was like, Billy McFarland is the answer.
Yes.
He never cured that sore throat, huh?
I've got to throw a festival. He really didn't.
It's that permanent.
What would I be without you?
Every time I heard his voice, I just wanted to like throw a
I
lozenge
won't lie to you. I
into
was a
his
big
mouth.
Ja Rule fan. I won't sit here
What's
in
a
front.
song? What's a big Ja Rule song?
He did a lot of songs with Ashanti. I
Oh,
believe.
like,
Yeah. That's all of them. That's all
Yeah.
of them right there.
That's everyone?
It's murder.
Yeah, he said that a lot.
Always on time.
Yeah,
I
he had some
can't-
hits.
I'm not gonna do
He had a
that.
lot of hits.
Dude, he had a ton of hit. Living It Up. That's a great
Oh yeah,
song,
yeah.
man.
That's actually a
You
great.
didn't
That's a
party
great
all
party
summer
song.
long to Living It Up.
Living It Up on the Barry Gibb Talk Show.
You need to add
Yeah,
that
that's
to the
it.
party playlist.
Holla Holla. You remember that? Holla Holla. Can't say any of the other words. Is that a DMX song? That's not the right
I was
song.
That's
gonna
a
say,
DMX
don't,
song,
yeah,
right?
don't get
No,
on
I
the
can't.
Shot caller.
I can't, dude. You should see how hard it is. Like on Twitch, every once in a while, I'll listen to rap music while I'm playing, which is riddled with words I can't say. Right? Obviously. But like when you're rapping along to a song and you're playing a game, it becomes like 3 or 4 times more perilous. You got to be real careful, blood. You got to be real careful about them lyrics. So I don't even get to say like half the song, and then by the end of it, I'm just like, I shouldn't sing this on.
So
the
whenever
screen.
I'm in public and I hear the song Gold Digger play, I'm just waiting around, like looking around at all the white people that's singing along.
who's gonna
just like,
fuck up?
Who's gonna do it? I know one of y'all are gonna do it.
Who's gonna blow
Yeah.
this? Oh man, I got a good story about a time I was in the Bahamas and a Little John song came on at a bar. Have I told this story on this show
I don't
before?
think so.
I don't
It
think
ends
so.
with a very large, very angry black bartender in the Bahamas taking out a giant brick and slamming it down on the bar.
Oh,
The
shit.
brick had his name on it.
Oh my
And
God.
he wanted to
probably-
be sure he knew that he was not cool with all the white people singing the words that they were singing in this Little John song. Now this is like 2003. So it was before white people had as much wherewithal about what was right and wrong in terms of singing rap music. And it got even more confusing along the way because then Kanye started telling us it was cool. Like, everybody, at Kanye concerts for, name of the album, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, best album ever made in any musical genre.
Disagree.
A lot of people do. He would stop the show, and to tie it back into our segment, the part where he says, MJ gone, our N-word dead,
Yeah.
he would say, all right, everybody has permission to sing this lyric. to say the N-word.
He was saying
We're
that at
going
the
to
concert?
run it back, and I want everybody to sing it. Everybody. And at the time, we were like, fuck yeah, dude, that's awesome. White people can actually say the word. Kanye West is giving us permission.
They're living for that moment.
Totally sane person on stage. Kanye West, greatest musician on earth. Totally normal. Nobody's ever going to look back on this and think it was silly. And then he would run it back, and the whole audience would sing the song. Everybody. Not me, of course. I'm not an idiot.
I was going to say, so except you?
No, man.
You're the only one?
Of course I sang it, too. That's not like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I've never sang that lyric. That'd be an asinine lie. And it's like, it's not that it's something I'm proud of or bragging about. It's just a weird part of the relationship white people have with rap, and it happens sometimes, and I don't mean to say it. It's not a word that I'm allowed to use, and I apologize for any time that I have used it inappropriately, like this Kanye concert was fucking weird. And then in hindsight, like, oh shit, Kanye West is not the black dude who has any amount of permission to give us any amount of permission to do anything like that as white people. It's just a weird situation.
Or do anything, really.
To tie it back, Michael Jackson, or really anything. Michael Jackson in this movie, look, the problem is this film is allegedly going to span his entire life. So they're going to start with Jackson 5.
Okay, so they're just going to take that movie and just add to it.
Well, they're going to start with the Jackson 5 period of his life.
It's going to be 5 hours long.
Attempt to show the complex nature of his upbringing with his father and his brothers. And they're going to try to have it roll all the way through his career and end with his tragic death in 2009 at the age of 50. And they're also going to try to cover the allegations of sexual abuse of child companions who routinely stayed at his house for sleepovers. And I don't understand how. I don't even look, man. I'm not a stupid person. I don't think I'm like the smartest man in the room. But I'm looking at this and I'm trying to see how this story would even break down on paper. And I don't see this
I don't
happening.
understand how you can address the allegations
when
like,
there's no complete.
Yes.
There's nothing.
What are they gonna do? Like have them in a room together and then cut away?
Or have the allegations swirling and like Michael being like, I didn't do it. That's ignorant. And then like there's no
matter.
conclusion.
This is not going to make it to,
there's no
to
conclusion.
anything.
You're right. There's no
never
way.
going to see the light of day. It can't.
It's like making an R. Kelly movie.
Here's the thing. Here's a piece on Deadline, based on the guy that got to be in charge of this. King is coming off last year's blockbuster Bohemian Rhapsody, which found a way to deal with Freddie Mercury's complex life and sexuality in a satisfying way. Fueled by the stadium rock standards of Queen, it grossed $903.7 million and one-star Rami Malek the Oscar for playing Mercury.
$903.7 million.
The pick scored 6 Oscar noms total, including
real?
Best Picture. So
there's no way it got $903.7 million.
What do you mean?
Why wouldn't it?
$1 billion? What?
Dude, movies routinely make $1 billion.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Mike?
Mike Ross is wrong.
Yeah, I just
No way this number's
I
right.
trust his movie things.
Swear to God,
Here's the deal. Here's the deal.
903.7
I wouldn't
million.
know that. I prefer a nice documentary.
We're gonna go back.
We
to
know.
We're
We
all learning.
Has there ever been a documentary that grossed almost $1 billion? I don't think so.
That's too mainstream for me. I prefer a nice documentary.
Probably like Super Size
Passion
Me.
of the Christ.
That was a documentary.
Yeah.
that was a biopic.
Look, it was.
Yo, stop.
So this
Keep
is
going.
what happens, man. They get this type of paragraph like $903 million, Oscar noms, Rami Malek, Freddie Mercury. Well, Freddie was gay and did drugs. That's the same as being black and molesting children. Like, no, man, this isn't. What the fuck? But I see how they talked some bunch of rich white dudes into this could possibly be a payday or whatever, and then like talked the Jackson estate into it, who we all know their moral standards are through the fucking roof. Look, Jared, I'm rooting for it to come out.
Because for the content.
For the train wreck that this would be. Who in the sweet name of God would sign up to play child molesting Mike Jack?
I like AJ's theory that he got from Twitter.
What's the theory?
Sandra Bullock. She has a striking resemblance to
She's a white woman. Yeah, I'm in for that though.
They look so similar. I didn't never notice it until
people argue that Michael Jackson is a white woman, so
they do. Holy shit, man. She could actually play Michael Jackson. That is fucked up.
Not to speak badly on her. I think she's actually from Austin.
I won't lie.
She lives in Austin.
Okay, yeah. So
look, man, they put the picture up.
Get her on the show.
Of Harriet Tubman.
She probably will come on down.
I don't think she lives here anymore. I think she moved.
Oh, okay.
Because I always used to try it. She was like the only person I wanted to see in the whole city. I've never seen a famous person here, I don't think.
I've seen...
no, you've seen The Undertaker.
Oh yeah.
Oh, let's get him on the show.
That'd be tight.
I've seen Andy
The dead
Roddick,
man.
and Brooklyn Decker.
Where'd you see them at? They're a couple.
The Westlake Village.
Were they together?
Yeah, they were together.
So
Outside
it doesn't-
they were outside Taco Deli at Westlake
You
Village.
can't name it like it's 2. That's just a 1. That's a 1 for 2.
Well, I mean, they're both famous, so I saw both of them.
They're both married though. Also, Brooklyn Decker, one of the people we're
But
trying to get on.
potentially, yeah.
Potential.
In the pipeline, in the works.
In the pipeline. Yeah. Anyway, I wish these people the best of luck. I hope they put a bunch of money into this thing and that it goes really well. We get Sandra Bullock in blackface. That would be. I feel like that would trigger the apocalypse. If Sandra Bullock agreed to do the Michael Jackson biopic in blackface, excuse me.
I think all media would shut down.
Yeah. RBP 244 is also brought to you by Brooklinen. Making your home beautiful is the ultimate form of self-care. You spend at least 1/3 of your life in sheets. Don't you want your sheets to be insanely comfortable? When you sleep, sleep well on high-quality sheets that don't cost an arm and a leg. Hotel quality even. Brooklinen Sheets named the winner of the best online bedding category by Good Housekeeping. They received rave reviews from Business Insider, Apartment Therapy, Men's Health, over 35,000 5-star reviews. These are the sheets I have on all the beds in my house at this point. Brooklinen, unbelievable, so comfortable. Founded in early 2014 by a husband and wife that wanted to find beautiful home essentials that didn't cost an arm and a leg, and their mission was to make you comfortable with luxury sheets, towels, bedding, and more without the luxury markup. Most bedding, for example, is marked up as much as 300%. Brooklinen, the first direct-to-customer bedding company, meaning they work directly with manufacturers, directly with customers, no middlemen, just a great product and service. They got sheets that not only feel fantastic and look fantastic, they look great too, right? Not only feel great, they look great too. That's what I was trying to say. Mix and match, 20-plus colors and patterns. My Brooklinen sheets are the most comfortable sheets I've ever slept on. Their towels have turned my bathroom into a spa. Couldn't more highly recommend them for friends, family, or for treating yourself to the upgrade you deserve. Christmas is coming up. If you want to have a great gift, it's a great adult gift. Nobody's going to respect you more than you bust out like some incredibly comfortable Brooklinen sheets or maybe even just some towels, and people are going to appreciate that you've stepped up their bathroom or their toweling game or their sleeping game on their sheets. Yeah, y'all know how seriously I take my sleeping situation, my bed, my bathroom. Would I use sheets that weren't the most comfortable and best in the world? I think you know the answer is no. Brooklinen is the best. It's time to switch and to sweeten the pot even more. Brooklinen.com is giving an exclusive offer just for the RBP gang. Get 10% off and free shipping when you use promo code RBP at brooklinen.com. Brooklinen is so confident in their product that all their sheets, comforters, and towels come with a lifetime warranty. The only way to get 10% off and free shipping is to use promo code RBP at brooklinen.com. That's BROOKLINEN.com. Promo code RBP. Brooklinen. These are the best sheets ever. We have a Houston Rap Song of the Week quickly.
Oh, we do.
It's been a minute. Mike, do we have the Houston Rap Song of the Week song? He says we think we do. If not, you can insert it after the fact.
What's going on? This is Arian Foster, and this is the Houston Rap Song of the Week.
Well, this week's Houston Rap Song of the Week is Lil O. It's Hard Not to Think About You. And Chameleonaire is on the hook. Chameleonaire. You familiar?
Yeah.
You familiar with Chameleonaire?
Budding entrepreneur.
Yeah, he is.
Budding
Angel investor.
Angel investor. I saw he's getting up on like investing TV shows and shit now.
Yeah, he's doing his thing.
As a guest. They'll bring him in and it'll be like former rapper. And I'm sure he's like, God damn it. It's been like 10 years since he made a fucking rap album.
He's really pivoted.
I wonder if
for the best.
How long does that take?
What?
Until he's not known as a former rapper?
Yeah.
I mean, the media is going to use that as
forever,
like
right?
You should watch this guy. He's a rapper. Now he's an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Well, you know how Master P and his son Romeo, they started the whole rap chips?
They
did
started
you know about
all
that?
those?
Yeah.
Those rap chip?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? The chips
Yeah.
with the rappers on the front in different flavors?
That's Master P?
Well, you know they have a new product they're about to launch. Rap noodles.
Dude, what?
Which is ramen noodles with pictures of different rappers on it.
You know Master P is like incredibly wealthy
He is.
compared to what you would
He had
think.
the
Dude, you
P.
remember-
Miller clothing line.
He's at
Dude, No
200
Limit
million.
Records, you remember how huge they were in the 90s?
Yeah, but dude, that was so long ago that it's astounding to me that this man still has 200 million in net worth.
Well, his son also.
I mean,
allegedly.
Romeo played for like USC basketball in college.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck? At one point, he was apparently up at like 700 million.
Yeah.
Ooh.
God damn. Yeah, Lil Romeo was like in a collegiate basketball
Well,
program.
just Romeo
A good
now.
one. Yeah,
Just
regular,
Romeo
regular
now,
Romeo.
excuse me.
Just like Bow Wow.
That's
He
not the
he
name
dropped
you,
a little.
That's not the name you want. Romeo, it just reminds me of like Romeo Must Die or Romeo and Juliet.
We could say the same for Bow Wow. Who wants to be called Bow Wow?
Wow, yippee yo, yippee yay, Bow Wow. Those three guys, Nick Cannon, Lil Bow Wow, Romeo, they all fall into the same pool for me. They all fall into the same pool. Somebody was ripping on Nick Cannon for me the other day. Like,
A lot of people have an issue with Nick Cannon.
He's goofy, man. He's lame.
yeah, he sucks, but he's incredibly famous still.
Wildin' Out's the best thing he's ever. Oh, Wildin' Out and Drumline. It's the two biggest things he's done.
Wildin' Out was definitely
Drumline
his
is
biggest
a great movie.
He was also a Nickelodeon guy.
I don't like to think about how many times I watched Drumline.
It's good, right?
Me and my little brother fell like madly in love with that movie for some reason.
It's really good.
I would say this: they replaced Nick Cannon on America's Got Talent. He was the host of America's Got Talent for years.
It's Terry Crews.
They replaced him
right?
with Terry Crews, who I love Terry Crews.
I love Terry.
He's-
I don't
he's
think
electric.
I don't think you can dislike Terry Crews. I think he's maybe the most universally loved actor.
Dude,
Are
white
you
chicks.
familiar with his background?
Yeah, I
An
know
incredibly traumatic childhood
Yeah.
and background. Terry is.
I didn't know about all that.
Yeah, dude, he's like an incredibly inspiring story and
Yeah.
human being. If you go look into his story, dude, there's a reason, like, with people like that carry that kind of spark. Terry Crews, like, every fucking word that's ever coming out of his mouth, you're like, yeah, dude.
He's so
You're just
funny.
happy and it's funny, yeah.
So would you lump him in the same category as The Rock? Are those
He's
two,
for sure.
Are those two in the same?
It's a little different. You don't feel the kind of warmth from The Rock you feel from
Yes,
Terry.
I agree. I
Oh,
think
you don't.
No, I don't think
to
anybody
me,
does.
The Rock is more of a spectacle. Like, you look at him and you're like, well, look what this guy's doing. He has his crazy workout and diet plan, and he's like wild, and he's a super nice guy. Whereas Terry Crews, I'm like, he's a wholesome
It's
man.
genuine.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Rock, it's like he's a nice guy, but he would also murder you
Yeah. Do you follow him, by the way?
on, like, social.
On like, yeah.
Would you vote for
oh.
him? He's talked about running for president.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love looking at his cheat meals.
Would I vote for The Rock? Absolutely. I love his cheat meals. And his, dude, when he puts up like the 4 a.m. workouts and I get up at 10:30 and then I watch The Rock 6 hours ago workout, I'm like, I need to move my fucking dick out of this bed right now and go do something.
Oh yeah, it's like him and Mark Wahlberg, right?
Let's not get back into Mark Wahlberg.
No, because
Can't
Wahlberg
talk
doesn't
about-
inspire me. The
He
Rock,
doesn't?
Can't talk about Mark Wahlberg anymore.
no, and The Rock doesn't inspire. Wahlberg doesn't inspire me. The Rock does. I watch Wahlberg and I'm like, Jesus God, things have gone horribly wrong.
You know
I
they're in
watch
a
The
movie
Rock,
together.
and I'm yeah.
Ironically, Pain
And
and,
I'm like-
Gain.
Oh yeah.
What's it
Remember
called?
that movie, Pain and Gain?
By the way, shouts to the other guys. That's a sneaky. It's still like it's working its way up.
Wahlberg and Farrell?
Yeah, it's working its way up, like getting more and more respect.
What,
for
the
what-
hierarchy of Will Ferrell movies?
Just the hierarchy of comedies. Like it's fine. Like that's a very, very, very funny movie.
I just say I think Mark Wahlberg is a good actor. I just think as a human being, he's approaching Jeremy Renner territory.
Dude,
But
Shooter.
he's been there.
Shooter is an incredible movie.
Yeah, he's
been on the
a
cut-
great actor. I have no problems
Shooter's
with his acting.
okay. It's not incredible.
That's a movie I've seen probably like 100 times.
I've probably seen it like 3 or 4. Good movie. But Wahlberg's got some incredible movies. He's been on Renner, bordering on Jeremy Renner type of territory for like a decade though.
He's been
No,
able
I'm
to
sorry.
evade that though.
I'm sorry. When was 9/11, Jared? What year? 2001?
Are you serious?
2010?
It's 2001.
2011? 2001?
This is a bit that's not going to get you any fans, Ross.
Not
Yeah,
a-
I don't think.
It was a serious question.
Oh,
Just say, I guessed the right year the first time.
Yeah, you did.
yeah.
You
All
did.
you had to do was say yes, dick. 2001. That's 18 years
Yeah.
ago that he claimed that he could have possibly prevented 9/11 and doesn't masturbate. So he's been on the cusp of
Yeah.
Jeremy Rennering for a very long time.
Why? But why did he just say 2 controversial things, and we were just like, oh, I'm sure those are the only bad takes he has, and we just let him be?
I think they were like, you're done, Mark. No more takes for at least 5 to 10 years. And he's only just now popping out the other side. And it turns out what's on the other side is him forcing his friends to dance in a hotel room in Paris while they have
he's-
like.
He's been incubating bad takes for 18 years now, and,
And
he's
now he's
finally
unleashing.
given the green light to start releasing them.
They were like, listen, we want you to focus. No more takes. Just make Wahlburgers. That's it. We're going to make the Wahlburgers the next big thing. He's got his hands in too many places, and this is how you Renner. This is how you end up with Ren's Day in your own app with Ren coins or whatever, and you're ripping off like most of the boomers that are left alive because they're trying to spend their Ren coins to try to make sure you'll see their comments. The world is broken, dude. We're done here. We are done. Not with this episode. Like as a human race, we're creating Michael Jackson biopics.
Michael who?
Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Oh my God! Support for Little O. It's hard not to think about you is a great song. We may have done it before. Lil was born November 22nd, 1977 in Lagos, Nigeria. He's an American rapper raised in Southwest Houston, Texas, an original member of DJ Screw's Screwed Up Clique.
Oh yeah, you remember at one point, weren't you?
I was.
Weren't you a part of the Screwed Up
I'm
Clique?
affiliated.
SUC?
I'm SUC affiliated. Also known as O, or the fat rat with the cheese. That's how I know we've done it before, because no one else would forget that
The
nickname.
fat rat with the cheese.
That is a nickname. The fat rat with the cheese, with a Z. Also Lil O references his height. He's very short, 5 feet tall. Support for RBP also comes from Manscaped, the best in men's below-the-belt grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. If you've been using an incorrect tool with which to trim or groom your pubic region, you are a buffoon, but you are not alone. Most dudes have no idea what tools to use on their goods. I used to retire my old electric facial hair razor and try to use that as a body hair tool. That's not what that's made for. You end up with nicks and cuts and snags. It's uncomfortable.
Nicks and cuts.
It's disgusting.
Cuts
Also,
so bad you're gonna get impeached.
exactly, and you can't. And it's impossible for you to shave your own initials into your pubes with an electric facial hair razor, Jared. You need a Manscaped tool for that.
You can't transcribe the
Declaration
talkings
of
going
Independence?
on inside the Watergate Hotel in your pubes.
No. It's time for you to get tools for a real man. Gear up and get yourself the gift of shaving this holiday season. I'm talking about the Manscaped Perfect Package 2.0. Their Lawnmower 2.0 comes inside. Their Perfect Package 2.0 comes inside, which makes for the perfect gift this holiday season. It's literally everything you need to keep trimmed, cut-free, and smelling nice down there. Don't use the same trimmer on your balls and dick that you use on your face. You psycho. That's disgusting. What's wrong with you? Do you not see the transitive property there? Everything from your balls will be on your face. Your face will smell like balls. Like Jared's face sometimes does smell like balls.
Thank you.
After he attends the massage parlor where they rub balls on his face.
I would have welcomed that. Better than nothing.
All these products smell good. Good Lord, Jared. You would have welcomed it. Their manly scent is attractive. It will help you set the mood, if you know what I mean. Jared knows what we mean. AJ, maybe not so much.
I don't know.
The crank mood.
Oh yeah, I'm not
No?
familiar.
It's time to upgrade those overused pair of boxers. Manscaped has high-performance anti-chafing boxer briefs as well. Get 20% off and free shipping and shaping with the code RBP at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com, manscaped.com. Promo code RBP. Clean up your nuts and make Santa proud this year. Don't show Santa your nuts, though. Oh, man. RBP for 20% off. Your balls will thank you. Bumblebee Tuna. Next segment. Bumblebee Tuna files for bankruptcy.
Oh,
That's rough.
Damn, bro.
so we can't even say that anymore.
I think I'm going to continue to carry the torch for the Bumblebee Tuna.
Kind of like in memory of.
I first want to be clear about something. I began saying Bumblebee Tuna because of Ace Ventura, because
Yeah.
of Jim Carrey.
Sure.
Not because I'm such a huge fan of the Bumblebee Tuna product.
Well, you don't even eat tuna.
I'm a fan of tuna.
Oh,
did
you
it
are?
again, AJ. You assumed.
Oh, okay.
You assumed, just like me and my pooch. I eat tuna so that I don't get that pooch. I love tuna, weirdly enough.
Huh.
I'll say this. out of
The packets of tuna?
fuck
Like
no.
you eat them straight from the.
No, but like a good tuna sandwich, or like when I go to Thundercloud, I'll get a tuna on a
that
Texas
that's
tuna
actually really good.
with the jalapenos
Talking about
in it.
the Office favorite or whatever
No,
it's called?
that's egg salad.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good too.
The Texas tuna is the tuna with the jalapenos in it. It's fucking, it's delicious. But I started making that joke because of Ace and Jim Carrey, not because of the company. And then it just sort of snowballed, and like we probably put up 1,000 Snapchats in the past 2 years of people in grocery stores walking through the aisle, then seeing the Bumblebee tuna. We did more for branding for Bumblebee tuna than we have for maybe any other company we've worked with, and they've given us $0. So, and it turns out it wasn't enough, and it's not enough, or it wasn't enough because this is the shocking thing. Do either of you know why they're now having to declare bankruptcy?
I mean, they're probably they're in competition with Starkist.
Because it smells like shit.
No, it's because they were tuna price fixing.
Oh,
Oh.
I didn't know that was a thing.
They were fixing the price of tuna.
That's way less sad. That's actually like, that's like corporate misgivings.
It's kind of tight, right? Like, it kind of gives you like, it's like, damn, Bumblebee had some edge that you didn't even know about. Like, dude, I didn't realize that like a tuna company, they're like, the numbers are down. We've got to make moves. And then
Dude,
there's like an
tuna's like-
insidious character in the corner who was like, what if we fix the prices on the tuna?
Dude, tuna's like 30 cents. Like what?
Yeah, what did they fix the price to? The little package you were talking about, man, them shits are like 18 cents. What the fuck did they fix the price to? They fixed it the wrong direction. They should have fixed it upward. Up, not down. The guy whose job that was fucking blew it. So they filed for bankruptcy, Chapter 11 protection, with an agreement from Taiwan-based FCF Fishery, who's its largest creditor, to purchase. They're going to purchase the assets for roughly $925 million. It turns out there's a lot of money in tuna.
Ooh. Whoa.
I don't know how many of those little packets they got to sell to get to that number, but goddamn. So the bankruptcy.
That's almost as much as the Freddie Mercury movie.
Do you know how? Yep. Do you know how bankruptcy works? We're not going to walk through it.
I know how.
But I don't all the way know. Yeah. I don't want you to explain it. It's going to take 10 minutes.
There's only one step. You go, I declare bankruptcy!
And then what
happens?
It. That's it. Then what happens?
Then you're bankrupt.
Okay. But essentially, if you're a company and you declare bankruptcy, the bankruptcy court then sort of helps you not die in a way. Like, it doesn't really make sense in terms of when you think bankruptcy, you think, they've failed. It's over. They're done. You declare bankruptcy. The government finds a way to get value out of your assets and shit to pay taxes, and then you're done. No, not at all. In fact, you can declare bankruptcy multiple times and keep coming back. I think our president has declared bankruptcy at one point.
I think his businesses did.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck is the difference?
Corporations are people.
Yeah.
Citizens United.
Just like how you're a corporation.
Okay, if Bolen Media ever files for bankruptcy, let the record show that's me filing for bankruptcy. It's still the same.
You might like resent that later in like some sort of deposition.
I know. And now we're gonna play a clip from episode 244 of the Ross Bolen Podcast, and I'm gonna go. My lawyer's going to go, what's coming? What did you say? And then it's going to go, if Bolen Media ever declares bankruptcy, let the record show it's me declaring bankruptcy.
And they're like, okay, well, Ross is solvent. We're going to be paying off all of Bolen Media's debts with all of Ross's debts.
Yeah, this is... I'm going to have to go with my lawyers after this one and figure out exactly how we're going to start to prepare for that day that's inevitably going to come. But... so they were they pled guilty to price fixing. They got fined $25 million for forming a cartel with Chicken of the Sea and Starkist.
They formed a cartel.
That's the word. That's the word. A cartel.
I'm not joking. This is from NBC News. See, this is the problem. Nobody can tell when I'm kidding or when I'm not kidding. It's real news.
Hey, Chicken of the Sea, is that the tuna that you remember that episode?
Yes.
You already know what I'm about to say.
Jessica Simpson.
Yeah, she's the one who started that.
I'm going to read this sentence one more time. In 2017, the company pleaded guilty to price fixing and was fined $25 million for forming a cartel with Chicken of the Sea and Starkist. It still owes $17 million to the U.S. Department of Justice, according to its bankruptcy filing. It also faces civil lawsuits related to price fixing. They've had some out-of-court settlements with both Cisco and U.S. Foods. Apparently... in addition to its legal troubles, quote, Bumblebee is grappling with the declining popularity of packaged tuna.
I mean, I've never had it and I never will.
Canned tuna consumption has dropped 42% per capita over the last 30 years.
It's held very steady for cats.
Through 2016.
I heard it was pretty high during the Great Depression.
According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture data. 42% drop in tuna consumption per capita. What could explain that?
It's gross and it smells like shit.
People are going vegan.
Tuna does smell.
I think open office spaces have made it so that nobody feels comfortable eating tuna at work anymore because they know all their coworkers are going to hate them, and so they have switched to less stinky meats like chicken.
We have like the Impossible meat now.
We
have the Impossible Whopper.
Nobody should have stinky meat in 2019 or 2020 with Manscaped.com. Code RBP.
Yeah.
I know girls who smell like tuna. I don't know if they're eating tuna.
That's the last line. You making stinky pussy jokes, dude? Despite the bankruptcy proceedings, Bumblebee expects that its U.S. and Canadian operations will continue uninterrupted. I don't know how business works, or the law, or the government.
I mean, clearly, based on what you just said.
Go on uninterrupted. What is...
Ross, they've declared bankruptcy.
I declare Okay, that's it. Before you head out to take on the world, it's time for some very important announcements. If you want extra episodes of RBP, if you want more RBP, there's only one place to get it, and you can get it ad-free at patreon.com/Ross Bolen Podcast. Every month we put out 2 additional episodes without ads on Patreon, and now they come with full video too, which is very cool. Speaking of which, you're familiar with the fact that we have added video element to this podcast. If you are not familiar, I added RBP 243 publicly for everyone to watch on patreon.com/Ross Bolen Podcast. It's at the very top of the page as of right now when I'm speaking anyway. We will be replacing that at the very top of the page with RBP 244 later this afternoon. But you can watch the full episode with me and 2 of the 3 guys from the Circling Back podcast. My good friend Dylan Shivery and David Ruff both joined us in the studio for what was a hilarious episode, RBP 243, available in full video on patreon.com/Ross Bolen Podcast. If you have enjoyed listening to the show over the course of these 244 episodes and you have never watched an episode, I highly recommend you go watch that one. The added element of visualization is a gnarly one. It is super cool. I've thoroughly enjoyed watching the episodes myself to kind of see our facial reactions and stuff. Is just a whole nother piece of the park. Puzzle, ball game, whatever. Patreon.com/Ross Bolen Podcast. Also, when you sign up for November, you pledge just $5 to get access to the RBP gang and the entire backlog of content from October, August, July, June. We've had a ton of great special guests. We get one special guest that is only on Patreon each month. Again, ad-free. This month we had comedian, writer, author Mike Burns, hilarious social media person, creator of the Dad Boner account, Mike Burns, with our guest for the month of November on Patreon, available now. And perhaps most importantly, we have placed the order for our first 4 ever Bolen Media made RBP t-shirts. They are very, very badass. By the way, you two remind me to get you both shirts. They're going to be available only on patreon.com/Ross Bolen Podcast. I might put up pics of the final products that are coming later today, just to get y'all stoked. They are Are
you gonna be wearing them?
I will be wearing them probably every day for this.
No, I mean like to show people what they're gonna look like. Are you gonna be are they gonna be on your body in the picture, or are you just gonna place the product somewhere?
Honestly, I was gonna put them on and wear them and do some modeling, but now I'm self-conscious about the pooch that you said I have, so I don't know if I'm gonna do that anymore.
I knew that was gonna come back to bite
I might have one. No, I'll for sure show y'all what they look like. But they're gonna be very, very cool. I'm very excited. Jack Sheffield is our intern that actually crushed all 4 of the designs on
Shout out to Jack.
In this particular batch. The dude is a dominant designer. He did a great job. Super, super excited for y'all to see the merch. Patreon.com/Ross Bolen Podcast. And as I said at the top of the show, going into the end of this year, getting those numbers up as high as we can on Patreon is of the utmost importance. But even more so, like, I understand that a lot of y'all are 18 to 24, and y'all do a phenomenal job of sharing the show.
Michael Jackson.
A lot of y'all don't have any disposable income, so maybe you can't do Patreon. I understand, that's cool. No hard feelings, but please make sure you go even more above and beyond to share the show via word of mouth. For those of you who are in our biggest part of our demographic, our younger part of our demographic, and then for those of you who are in our older part of the demographic, oh shit, my laptop made it this whole show, and it's finally about to die. And then it will never, ever turn on again. This is about to be it. Good night.
Say bye.
Good night,
I don't know. Do you have any final words?
I'm serious,
like,
dude. It feels kind of sad.
Well,
Like,
say your goodbye.
I'm
You gotta,
saying, like,
you
dude,
gotta...
it's been, we've got through like 244 episodes of this show together. I've used you for 6 years at least, and I mean used you out like in every possible way. Just wore this thing the fuck down, and it's taken it, and it stood strong with me. And then today, it survived a fucking car crash just to come in and finish this one last episode with me. This thing might be closer to me than anything else in the world.
You should save this and sell it to a RBP listener, and then they're going to find a way to turn it back on, and then they're going to find all your files, and then you're going to go to jail.
The files are in the computer.
Do you
Files are in the computer.
Do you want to get off one last crank before it dies, or
I don't think we
can
got
step out real
AJ.
quick?
I don't think we got time, and we're looking at probably about 45 seconds left of battery juice on this
That's
bad
enough time
boy
for you?
Until it literally the lights go out
He
forever.
assumed again.
You did, AJ. I need at least 30 minutes. 20 of that's meditation leading up to the process of the crank. You want to know what I meditate about?
Cranking.
Cranking? I don't know.
Yeah.
Pre-cranking?
What are we talking about? Yeah. So okay. So share the show, and then if you're in our older demographic, if you're like more my age-ish, between 27, 35, maybe some of y'all are even older than that, up into 45s and 55s and shit. I feel like for y'all, I understand that it is maybe a little more awkward, perhaps, to share, or a little more difficult to share the show with people because you're like, well, I don't know, I don't want to really tell my coworker about the Ross Bolen podcast. Like, Ross smokes pot and talks about Michael Jackson's biopic, and
Pterodactyl porn.
Yeah, I don't know if this is appropriate. It's like, look, man, you got to weigh that with like the good of the show. Like, I don't think you're going to share it with a coworker. It just doesn't work that way. I feel like I don't tell you, hey, dude, you got to go see Tropic Thunder in theaters. It's hysterical. And then you go see it, and when you leave the theater, you're like, well, that was funny, but it was pretty immature. And now I'm judging Ross based on that recommendation. Like, I feel like some of y'all are overthinking it. I've just had a couple different older fans tell me that they have issues with how they share the show. Don't overthink it. Just tell people to listen, man. They either get it or they don't. And for those of you who do get it, again, it is of the utmost importance. Y'all are my people. I need y'all to ride for me and for Jared and for AJ and share this thing so that we can continue to move in the right direction at the end of 2020, at the end of 2019 into 2020. Thank you. It has been a very, very, very long morning for me. Remember how it started?
Yeah, dude.
I remember, yes.
God, that feels like it was so long ago, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Thanks, guys, for joining me today. Quickly, Jared, where can we follow you on social media?
You can follow me on social media at Jacob Sartorius.
Ross spit up his water.
Please no more, man.
At Jared Borislow, and on Instagram at Tinder Convos. Give it a follow. I still need to cross promote on RBP.
Yes, we do. Let's talk about that later this afternoon. AJ, what about you?
I'm at capital AJ. Spell it. CAPITAL AJ. One last thing, real quick.
Cheers.
Sunday night football tonight. I figure we can keep doing this thing.
Cowboys, Pats.
No.
Oh, that's 3:25.
No, that's actually, I think that's like right
about
now.
To start, yeah.
No, tonight is Packers and 49ers. So I just want to get some quick predictions. What do you guys
think?
think?
That's a good game too.
Well,
that's a very
go
good
Pack.
game, right?
I'm gonna say 24-17 Packers.
I would say 28-25 49ers. They're probably gonna win by like maybe a field goal.
I'm gonna say 31-24 Pack.
It's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be really good.
31-24 Pack. Fulfill your legal obligations. Follow us on Instagram at the Ross Bolen Podcast, on Twitter at Ross Bolen Pod, on Facebook somewhere. If you're the middle-aged aunt of one of our listeners, you can follow me, Ross Bolen, at WR Bolen on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Listen to our television and film podcast, Oysters, Clams, and Cockles, available wherever RBP is available, brought to you by Bolen Media, also hosted by me with my good friend Barrett Dudley, continuing coverage of HBO's Watchmen this week, as well as His Dark Materials and more. That will do it for RBP 244, recorded and produced by Mike Moody and Grant Davis at Permanent Record Studios in Austin, Texas. We'll be back soon for episode 245, RBP 245, coming, I haven't decided yet. Podman gets paid, strength and honor, gang, 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 peace be with you, and also with you.
Go low, baby.